Okay, we really need to talk about something. It's this feeling that so many of us have, but we hardly ever say it out loud. Friendship fatigue. You know that weird, draining feeling you get from the very people who are supposed to be lifting you up?
Let me ask you something. Have you ever left a hangout with friends, gotten into your car, and the first thing you feel isn't joy, but just relief? Like, phew, that's over. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're not alone. And I promise you, it's not something to feel guilty about. And here's the most important thing to remember. Feeling this way doesn't make you a bad friend. It's not a betrayal. It's usually a sign that you're growing, that you're evolving. And as your life changes, well, your social needs are changing right along with it.
So let's actually give this a name, right? It's called friendship fatigue. And honestly, this jacket metaphor is perfect. Think about it. You didn't betray your favorite jacket when you outgrew it, did you? Of course not. It's the same thing here. The friendship isn't necessarily bad or broken. It just might not fit the person you are today. So, if it's not a bad friendship, why on earth does it feel so draining? Let's get into it and break down the real reasons you might feel completely wiped out after what was supposed to be a fun time with your friends. Okay, the first big reason is a concept called value drift. It's actually pretty simple. It's when your life is moving in one direction. Your priorities, your goals, they're all changing. But the friendship is still kind of stuck on the old map. And that mismatch, it creates this constant low-grade friction. And this drift shows up in all sorts of ways. Maybe for you, it's about health. You're trying to get more sleep, so those late nights just don't work anymore. Or maybe you're being more careful with money, but the go-to plan is always an expensive dinner. It could be a new career, becoming a parent, or hey, just wanting a little more peace and quiet in your life. None of these things are wrong, but they can definitely create a gap. And that friction, it leads directly to this feeling. It's like trying to wear shoes that are just a little too tight. Yeah, you can still walk, but it's uncomfortable, and the whole time you're just thinking about how much your feet hurt. You're there, but you're not really there. The second big cause is all about your identity. So on one side, you're growing, right? You're setting new boundaries, you're done playing the role of the fixer or the party animal. But on the other side, the group keeps trying to shove you back into that old box. And suddenly those inside jokes that used to be funny, now they just feel kind of mean. And this is where that exhaustion really comes from. It's from this deep internal conflict. The friendship is built around a version of you that, well, just doesn't live here anymore. And having to perform as that old self, it is absolutely exhausting. Okay, so we're starting to get the why behind this feeling. But the next big question is, how do you know if this is just a normal part of growing up, or if it's actually a sign that the friendship has become unhealthy? Let's figure out how to tell the difference. I want you to start by asking yourself this one simple question. And don't just think about the answer. I want you to actually feel it. Our bodies have this incredible wisdom, and they often know the truth way before our brains are ready to admit it. And this isn't just some woo-woo concept. There's real biology behind this. Your nervous system is constantly scanning your environment for safety. When a social dynamic consistently feels unfair, or maybe a little unkind, your body literally starts to keep score. It registers it as a threat. That's not you being overly dramatic. That's your body giving you crucial information. And those signals from your body, they show up in really specific ways. Take a look at this list. Does any of it sound familiar? That little knot in your stomach before you even go? That secret feeling of joy when they cancel? Or what about the social hangover? The fact that you need a whole day to recover your energy? These are all major clues that something is off. And that brings us to a super useful tool, the Reciprocity Check. Just look at the two columns. Is the energy flowing both ways? Or do you feel more like a 24/7 support line, only getting a call when they need something? Healthy friendships can totally handle you saying no, while unbalanced ones will make you feel guilty for it every single time. All right? So you've identified the feeling, you've probably pinpointed some of the causes. Now what? The good news is, you don't have to just burn every bridge to the ground. Let's talk about some real strategies to reset these friendships without starting a war. First, let's get clear on this term emotional labor. This is all that invisible work of managing someone else's feelings. If you've always been the good listener or the fixer, you have been doing a ton of this. Your fatigue is basically a sign that your emotional support desk has been open 24/7, and it's time to set some office hours. So here is a simple, beautiful, effective tool. A script you can actually use. I don't have the bandwidth for heavy stuff tonight. Can we keep it lighter? See? It's kind, it's honest, it's clear.
You're not rejecting the person, you're just protecting your energy in that moment. It's a total game changer. And here's another one, perfect for when you're starting to feel like an unpaid therapist. You start with empathy. That sounds really hard, but then you gently redirect them to a resource that's actually equipped to help. You're showing you care, but you're also protecting yourself.
Sometimes a friendship doesn't need a breakup. It just needs a smaller container. This can look like suggesting coffee instead of a whole night out, or just saying no without feeling like you need to write a 5-paragraph essay explaining why. Mute that stressful group chat. And most importantly, start building new communities so you're not putting all your social eggs in one draining basket. Now, what if it's a really important friendship? A direct conversation might be the way to go. This 4-step process makes it so much less scary. You're not accusing them, you're just saying, hey, here's what I'm feeling. Then here's what I need. And then you invite them to solve it with you. Their response to that invitation is going to tell you everything.
And please, remember the goal here. The point is not to start a fight. It's to run a little experiment, really. You're just calmly checking to see if this friendship has the flexibility to grow and evolve with you. You're giving it a chance to meet you where you are right now.
Because at the end of the day, this is all about evolution, not destruction. Your friendships absolutely can change shape without it having to be a huge drama-filled war. So I'll leave you with this question. What's one small boundary, just one little thing, that you can try this week to start getting some of your energy back?